he's certainly making a statement, and it's a statement about censorship. He doesn't agree with censorship for as smooth functioning democracy as he has tweeted, I believe. I think he's sending a strong signal to the new CEO. I also know there's some controversy about why Jack left, having to do with this new CEO. So a few messages there. Now we're going to put out another model on GitHub I'm going to say within a week. Our last one is from about a year ago, and you'll see from that model that our price expectation at that time was $3,000. So there's still a lot of running room ahead for Tesla.
In this video, Cathie would of ARK Invest weighs in on Elon Musk's Twitter investment and Tesla stock, and drops a bomb announcing that ARK's new updated Tesla valuation model will be available in a few weeks. And it's official, Elon Musk has joined the board of Twitter. Shit just got real. So let's get into it. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks, and get some free stocks and crypto. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. You can get 2 free stocks with WeBull, a free stock with Stake, free Bitcoin with Coinbase, and free Bitcoin with BlockFi, and the BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards credit card. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. So check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support. First, let's get caught up. A lot has happened in the past 24 hours. First, the big one, a tweet from the CEO of Twitter. Quote, "I'm excited to share that we're appointing Elon Musk to our board. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. It's official. Elon is joining Twitter's board. Through conversations with Elon in recent weeks, it became clear to us that he would bring great value to our board." Now, I mean, what board would Elon Musk not bring great value to? Let's be honest, he's got a giant brain, he's got a great track record of executing, innovating, and dominating in business. I think the only companies who genuinely wouldn't want Elon Musk on their board are companies whose staff and employees are so thoroughly infected with the woke mind virus that they just can't think clearly. And to be honest, I thought this was starting to happen at Twitter. Elon may have bought in just in the nick of time. He continues, quote, "He's both a passionate believer and an intense critic of the service, which is exactly what we need on Twitter and in the boardroom to make us stronger in the long term. Welcome, Elon." Fair points, especially Elon's ability to criticize what he personally believes is wrong or could be done better within Twitter. Of course, it's yet to be seen how this intense criticism is received and whether or not any action is taken. Of course, on the surface, this looks great. CEO of Twitter openly welcoming Elon. It's great to have him on board. He'll be very valuable. This is excellent. But behind the scenes, there may be a little bit of tension. Could be wrong, but I get a pretty strong impression. Ideologically, the gap between Elon and Twitter, not just Twitter's CEO, but the entire company, is gigantic, a gaping chasm. Elon responding, quote, "Looking forward to working with Parag and Twitter board to make significant improvements." I want to emphasize this, significant improvements to Twitter in coming months. Elon ain't fucking around here. He wouldn't have bothered joining the board if he wasn't hoping to make massive change. That being said, remember the last time Elon did something like this? He joined something hoping it could make a difference. Somebody who was ideologically a little bit different, at least on some certain issues, and then realized he was talking to a brick wall and resigned. I remember that. Let's hope this isn't round 2. Now some comments from Twitter's ex-CEO, my favorite meditating hippie who also does intermittent fasting, Jack Dorsey, quote, "I'm really happy Elon is joining the Twitter board. He cares deeply about our world and Twitter's role in it. Parag and Elon both lead with their hearts and they will be an incredible team." If you watched my video yesterday, you may have seen the pinned comment in which I asked, when will Trump and the Babylon Bee be back on Twitter? Well, this is a tweet from the CEO of Babylon Bee. If you're not caught up, Babylon Bee were permanently banned from Twitter recently, Twitter forcing them to admit that they did something that they didn't do, otherwise they can't rejoin the platform. And Babylon Bee said, "Twitter, we didn't do anything wrong, so please kindly go fuck yourself." Quote, "Musk reached out to us before he polled his followers about Twitter's commitment to free speech. He wanted to confirm that we had in fact been suspended. He even mused on that call that he might need to buy Twitter. Now he's the largest shareholder and has a seat on the board. You can tell Elon Musk really cares about this." And I actually believe that the banning of the Babylon Bee may have been one of the catalysts that got Elon Musk thinking, you know what, this has gone too fucking far. They just banned a satirical website. What is going on? This is insane. I need to do something about this. If you forgot, Elon Musk was interviewed by the Babylon Bee a few months back and absolutely destroyed the woke mob. Gary Black shared a great tweet and insight here. Morgan Stanley polling some of their investors. 61%, probably about 23 of the 38 respondents suggesting that Elon is weighing in on free speech. This wonderful tweet came across my feed this morning as well. Couldn't let it slide. Absolutely brilliant. I love to see this. Reminds me a little bit of Brian Armstrong of Coinbase. Quote, Substack is hiring. If you're a Twitter employee who's considering resigning because you're worried about Elon Musk pushing for less regulated speech, please do not come work here. But for everybody else, we really are hiring, blah, blah, blah. Well played, Lulu. And now, the poll to end all polls. Elon Musk asking Twitter, do you want an edit button? 73% of respondents voting for yes. Obviously, Elon Musk having a bit of fun here with intentional typos, emphasizing the value of an edit button. Remember Elon's recent poll asking users on Twitter whether or not they believe that Twitter rigorously upholds the principles of free speech. 70% of respondents saying no, 30% brain dead who should have just abstained from voting because they don't know what they're talking about. Elon also mentioned that the result of the poll would have significant consequences. In my opinion, his decision to join the board. I think that's what Elon was waiting for. People believe they're not upholding this principle. I'm going to do something about it. Next minute, he does something about it. And this really is strategically brilliant. As I pointed out yesterday, quote, so Elon Musk is just going to influence Twitter by polling millions of people on important issues. Elon's response, I mean, if the people vote overwhelmingly for something, it is at least a data point, and that's the whole point. This is why this is genius. Elon has a huge audience, almost 100 million people now on Twitter. He can legitimately ask a question to the general public, to Twitter users, and get a reasonable piece of data and say, hey, guys, 3/4 of the people that responded to this want this or don't want this or believe this, blah, blah, blah. There's not that many Twitter users out there who could actually get a large enough number of responses from people to have a meaningful data point. Not the be all and end all, but it's certainly something. And this is a great strategy from Elon. It's hard to argue. All he's doing is asking a question. And then he can pressure the Twitter board. Hey, look, the people want this or they don't want this. I mean, hello, do something, please. Now, onto some recent comments from Cathie Wood.
I say, I think a lot of us were a little surprised by Elon Musk and his investment in Twitter, that passive investment, 9.2%. You are a big investor in Tesla, have been for a long time. I think about 2.5% of your funds are in Twitter as well. Was this a smart move by Elon?
He's certainly making a statement, and it's a statement about censorship. He doesn't agree with censorship for as smooth functioning democracy as he has tweeted, I believe. And so I think he's sending a strong signal to the new CEO.
He sure is. By the way, this message is getting through loud and clear. Whether or not it's acted upon, totally different story. But the whole world is now talking about Elon's stake in Twitter. And now the penny has started to drop. A lot of people discussing, oh, this is about free speech. This is about censorship, reigniting the entire discussion.
And I also know there's some controversy about why Jack left, having to do with this new CEO. So a few messages there.
I've heard similar rumors, but I don't have any more details now. I'm going to do a bit of rampant speculation here. Could be totally wrong. In fact, I probably am completely wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised if early 2021, when Orange Man Bad was permanently booted from the platform, Mr. Jack smoked a doobie, did some meditation for 10 minutes in the corner in a quiet dark room and thought to himself, is this right? Even though I'm not a big fan of Orange Man Bad, he's a nasty personality, but did we just permanently ban the President of the United States from Twitter? I don't know if that's a good idea. Next minute, Jack goes, hey guys, I know this guy's a dickhead and I hate him and we all hate him as well, but was that a little bit too far? Next minute, Jack ends up leaving the company. Of course, like I said, pure speculation, but wouldn't be surprised if something along these lines did actually take place.
Have you talked to Elon at all about it?
No, I have not.
Okay. And would you be buying either more Tesla or Twitter on the news? And let's throw on Tesla also having this record first quarter. Is this a catalyst to buy more of these shares in your view?
On Tesla, we post our trades at the end of every day, so many will know that it is the largest position in our flagship portfolio and in most portfolios where we hold it. But we have been selling recently because of how well it has done relative to the rest of the stocks in our portfolio. So it has levitated relative, and so it's been a good source of cash. We've taken profits and redeployed them into other stocks that we thought were being unfairly penalized here. And I think one of the reasons for that is Tesla's in the indexes, the broad-based indices, and most of our other stocks are not. And that's a big problem out there in terms of the way capital is being allocated these days in the public equity markets.
Cathie, how much would Tesla have to fall for you to start buying again?
Well, now we're going to put out another model on GitHub I'm going to say within a week. Our last one is from about a year ago, and you'll see from that model that our price expectation at that time was $3,000. So there's still a lot of running room ahead for Tesla.
Who's pumped for the latest Tesla valuation model from ARK Invest? By the way, let me know in the comments below. What's your guess? What do you believe their new price target for Tesla stock will be? Their new 5-year price target. The previous, as we just heard, $3,000 per share. Leave your guess below.
But relative to the other names in our portfolio, even though that's a triple or nearly a triple, other names in our portfolio we believe will deliver much more than that over the next 5 years because they have been hit so hard. They're not in indexes, and so when there are risk-off periods, traditional investors really diversify and sell our stocks as they move closer to their benchmarks, the benchmarks against which they are measured. So it's a great buying opportunity for us. I will say I can't believe how long that buying opportunity lasted from February of a year ago to a few weeks ago. But we think the concentration of our portfolios towards our highest conviction names will pay off. As for Twitter, well, it's having a beautiful day today. And I think there are some investors relieved that someone is willing to speak up and say, hey, you're going to ruin this platform if you continue to censor it in somewhat random ways.
Do you guys hear that? I heard that. Let's listen to that again.
And I think there are some investors relieved that someone is willing to speak up and say, hey, you're going to ruin this platform if you continue to censor it in somewhat random ways.
Cathie Wood rightly pointing out that there's many folks, myself included, who believe that Twitter is on a downward spiral as a result of this insane censorship. But what I want to emphasize is how difficult Cathie Wood finds it to describe Twitter's censorship. Watch again, pay very close attention to how much she's struggling. She's searching for the right words, and then I'll explain what I think's going on.
You're going to ruin this platform if you continue to censor it in somewhat random ways.
Now, I'm not going to put words in Cathie Wood's mouth, but if I were in her shoes, running a bunch of funds, not wanting to ruffle too many feathers, not want to end up with lawsuits because I've made an accusation of this, that, or the other, and I personally believed that Twitter's algorithm, Twitter's censorship was skewed in a certain direction. There was a clear bias, but I didn't want to point that out explicitly. I too might describe their censorship, after struggling to find the right word, as random.
So I think that's good. I will say this could be setting up for another leadership change at Twitter. You never know. And so that will bring with it perhaps some uncertainty and dislocation. So especially as it relates to advertisers. So we shall see.
So Cathie, uncertainty potentially at Twitter, a potential leadership change. Who are the names that you would like to see lead Twitter? Who could do a great job in your opinion?
Oh, I am not going to speculate on that. And to be honest, we haven't thought about it that carefully. There are names flying around, but I wouldn't want to throw out anything there unless we felt very strongly. So we will wait to see whose names are put forth. But whoever is put forth, and I'm not jumping to this conclusion automatically. I'm saying it's one of many possibilities. It'll either be Agrawal changing the policy of the company to, really open source the censorship or call people out on censorship, or it will be a management change. I don't know what's going to happen at all.
You use the platform a lot, Cathie. You own the platform. What are the specific changes that you would like to see, perhaps Elon Musk, if he would be vocal about it, push for at Twitter?
Well, I think he's already pushing for it. He's been pretty vocal, talking about censorship not being good for the platform, which is, really the world's platform, engagement platform. And yes, we do use it liberally. We have not been banished yet, but you never know. You never know.
Note, we have not been banished yet. Now, this may sound like a throwaway remark, but I think there's a little bit more beneath the surface. due to the lack of transparency around Twitter's algorithm, the arbitrary enforcement or non-enforcement of certain rules and policies. Literally every single person, every single account on Twitter, in theory, is at risk of being instantly and permanently banned from the platform if they accidentally misstep. Now, I think the odds of ARK Invest being banned are exceptionally low, but one tweet is all it takes. If one day ARK decide to point out a fact of biology that Twitter doesn't like, they're gone. That's it. The end. Low probability, but it's non-zero, and that's kind of a problem.
Well, I'm curious too, in terms of Elon Musk, Cathie, looking at Twitter, making this investment, does it make you want to look at some of the other social opinion platforms that are out there and social media platforms, whether it's Meta, which has certainly been beaten up big time? Does it make you want to kind of look at them as for either further investments or initial investments?
Not really.
That's a classic response from Cathie Wood. Same boat here. I mean, a lot of people getting very excited about Twitter stock and other social media now. Elon's in the game. I totally get it. But in my opinion, these just are not businesses that I'm either interested in or ethically willing to invest in. Says the guy who's creating content on social media every day. Just to be clear, I can criticize the companies, their ethics, the way things are operated, and still use the platforms as I do on Twitter and YouTube. But in my opinion, generally speaking today, the vast majority of social media platforms are currently infected to varying degrees with the woke mind virus. Most of these companies have completely forgotten that it's even possible to have an ethical compass, and instead so focused on the prize, the goal, the stats, the numbers, that many of these companies are doing a lot of unintended harm. Not to say that they're evil, but as far as an investment, one, the numbers to me just don't really stack up, and more importantly than that, I just wouldn't be able to sleep well at night owning any of these companies. Hope you guys and girls have enjoyed the video. I have to say, even though it's still early days, I'm really hopeful about the future of Twitter. Of course, it remains to be seen how much influence and change Elon Musk can cause, but in his own words, he is hoping to bring significant positive change to Twitter in the coming months. Watch this space. And lastly, don't forget to sign up to Patreon with the card in the corner or the link in the pinned comment to gain instant access to my archive of exclusive content, over 100 Q&A videos on loads of topics, plus my Tesla price targets till the end of the decade. So I'll see you over there. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan. This is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks, and get some free stocks and crypto. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. You can get 2 free stocks with WeBull, a free stock with Stake, free Bitcoin with Coinbase, and free Bitcoin with BlockFi, and the BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards credit card. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. So check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support. And if you're still watching, you're awesome. I read every single comment on this channel, and I really appreciate your feedback. So if you've got any thoughts on today's video, questions, comments, or suggestions for a new video, let me know in the comments below. Check the cards on screen now to browse the merch store, join Patreon, or watch the next video.